Hello everybody, this is Con on the Road. So today's discussion will deviate from our usual topic about cars. Instead, we will be discussing about the SPM paper that everybody is talking about recently. I'm referring of course to the SPM English paper that asks students to write an essay about where within Malaysia that they would choose to move to given a choice. Okay, but apparently many students, instead of answering, they will move to JB or Penang or KL or Kota Kinabalu or Kuching. Okay, they answered they were going to shift to Australia, to Japan, to Korea, US, and all these exotic overseas locations lah. Now a concerned parent wrote into a newspaper and said that, hey, please do not penalize the students for this. I mean, if they wrote their essay with good grammar, good sentences and all that, they should not be getting a 0. They should get some marks instead of no marks. Okay, now if you are one of those students, okay, who answered this question wrongly, okay, and as a result you got your 0 for that 50-mark question and cost you your A, this could actually turn out to be the best thing to ever happen to you. Okay, and allow me to explain why. Now, this setback, okay, I'm refusing to use severe terms like failure or fiasco. Okay, it's just a mistake. So this setback, okay, it will undoubtedly cost you your A for your SPM English. Okay, now, but if you take this whole episode positively, okay, you come to realize that what happened, okay, was a result of you not reading the question properly, okay, you not paying enough attention to the question, and therefore you answer wrongly. Okay, if this hits you the right way, you will then learn your lesson in the future to be more attentive to details, to think properly, think thoroughly before acting. Before acting. Okay, when you net that multi-million-dollar deal that some year in the future, okay, and beat your competitor to it, okay, because of that added attention to detail, that added level of thoughtfulness, you spotted something your competitor did not. Your journey, your path to that success could well be traced to this very moment that you screwed up your SPM English paper. I mean, allow me to give you an analogy of the situation. Okay, let's say like right now you are in the working world. Your client just gave you a brief for a project for you to tender for that project. Okay, and of course, naturally you go back, you work on your proposal, and you sign in lah. Now, suppose you did a fantastic proposal, very good effort, but it turns out that your proposal was not actually what the client wanted because you misread the brief. Now, the client is not going to tell that, oh, okay, your PowerPoint slides look nicer, I'm going to give you a quarter of the project because of your good effort. Well done. No, sorry, you did not meet the brief of the project. You do not get the project. Plain and simple. Now, at the end of the day, right, we need to put things back into perspective. Why do we go to school, to college, to uni? Okay, it is not supposed to be about grades. Okay, I mean, society has evolved to the point to this point where grades mean a great deal, but it shouldn't. Okay, what really matters is that when you go into school, you go to college, you go to uni, you come out and you learn skills and knowledge that benefit you as a person and enable you to contribute to the community. Okay, so yeah, if you do not get A for your English, that's unfortunate, but that really is not the end of the world. That really is not the end of the world. I mean, take it as a lesson of the bigger picture of life. What would you do when you are faced with this setback? Okay, first thing, you do not know what is the marking scheme of this year's SPM. So at the end of the day, your failure to answer this question may actually not have a significant impact on your grades. Okay, that's one. Secondly, so if you do not get your A for your SPM, English, well, if you are a good student, you will have your A's in your other subjects. That should still enable you to get your entry into a good university or college. Okay, now suppose that you are not satisfied with your grades. Okay, so then you can explore the option of retaking the SPM paper. Have you thought about that? Okay, so there is no point really moping about it or crying about it, or for the adults, for you adults, no point to condemn or to criticize or what. What has happened is, yes, it is a bit of a painful lesson, but in the grand scheme of things, right, it really matters very little. And there are plenty of solutions to be found. And also one more thing, if you were to talk to people from the working world, okay, you will quickly realize that the importance of your SPM, okay, vanishes after two or 3 years after you leave school. Okay, your SPM is just one checkpoint in your life that you get past before you advance to your next stage. And at the end of it, right, you probably don't even the importance of SPM will fade into obscurity. For example, I vaguely remember getting 7 A's for my SPM. I can't remember really what did they ask back then, what were the mistakes I made, what were the stupid mistakes I made. I'm sure there were plenty. Okay, but the more important takeaways from my school days, from my SPM days, okay, were really the memories that I forged with my good friends from the time, and you know, many of these guys whom I'm still very close with. Okay, I mean, back these days when we get together more than a decade on from our SPM, we don't talk about what was asked in our bio paper or our physics paper. We talk about those times when we sneak in after recess, sneaking behind under the tangga, eating churi eating the ice cream, bringing playing cards bringing playing cards and play chotaiti in class. All this kind of nonsense that we did. These are the things that we remember. You know, really, right? Your school life, school days, right, is probably the most carefree, most fun time of your life. So don't let, you know, a little setback in your SPM ruin that. Take that lesson, okay? Learn that lesson of this mistake. You know, see how you can salvage it. Okay, investigate. You know, what are if there are ways for you. Ask your teacher, you know, if there's an avenue for you to retake the paper, for starters. Okay, and move on. Okay, there is no point whining about it, griping about it. Now you're faced with your first major setback in your life. The challenge that is being thrown to you now is, right, how are you going to, you know, to deal with this? How are you going to rebound from it? So if you can make, you know, turn this whole situation into something positive, you are setting yourself, okay, on a path that, you know, that is going to lead you to more success in your life. Okay, so I'm signing this video off right now. I wish all of you SPM candidates every success. Okay, don't be disheartened if, you know, your SPM result turned out to be not what you were hoping for or expecting, you know, as a result of this failure. Okay, it is perfectly okay to not do well in your SPM, but what is not okay is to allow this setback to set a negative tone for your life moving forward. Okay, that to me is not acceptable. That is not the attitude of a winner. You experience a setback. Everybody experiences a setback. You know, some go through even worse failures. They climb, they dust themselves off, and they rise again to succeed in life. That is the attitude of a winner. So the question now for you is, for those of you who, you know, who faced this little setback, okay, are you going to let this, you know, this mistake, okay, this avoidable mistake, but a mistake nonetheless, are you going to let this mistake let you down forever, or are you going to learn from it and do better next time? Okay, and set yourself on the path of being a winner in life. Okay, so that's it from me for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.